Atma Namaste. Welcome to another Sunday succession with me, Avrril Quadros, the Life Architect. Now on this channel, we talk about the different tools that we can use to create a blueprint of the life that you wish to live. Just like an architect uses different tools and a blueprint to create a beautiful building, in the same way, we can consciously create our own lives using the tools that I practice and that I'm certified in, like ICF coaching, NLP, mindfulness, positive psychology, meditation, and a lot other protocols. And today we're talking about something that impacts each and every life on this planet, whether it's the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, or us as human beings. And what we're talking about definitely impacts you in the areas of your health, your wealth, and your relationships. You may be wondering what that is, or you may have already guessed. And yes, you are correct. It is energy. Now, before you plan to move on to another video or switch this video off, you're going to want to hang on for a little more time to understand why energy can make or break you. And I'm breaking it down into a really simple formula, into simple steps. And I'm also going to give you action tips and what you can do to get your energy aligned with that of the universe and the cosmos, so that you can attract the life of your dreams while taking specific actions. So if this is something that interests you, then please click the subscribe button, please click on notifications, and please hang on, get a cup of coffee or tea and relax with me, and let's get into this video. So let's talk about what is energy. So in a very simple, easy to understand way, energy is basically something that we all have. It's prana. We are born with energy. Anything that's a living being on this planet has prana or life force energy in it. Energy vibrates. It has a vibration. It has a certain frequency. And when these frequencies of our energies match, they create patterns. So like attracts like. You've all heard of the law of attraction. Many of you have watched The Secret. And so you'll understand that there is a frequency and there is a vibration. Now, energy is constantly vibrating at a certain frequency. So the language of energy is vibration. And there are different patterns of vibration which are different frequencies. So for example, water is vibrating at a different frequency, stone is vibrating at a different frequency. Within our bodies, the liquids are vibrating at a different frequency, the bones at a different frequency, the muscle, the fat, the mucus. So you get my drift. We are all made up of energy, right? And this energy will manifest into different forms based on the vibration frequency. So having said that, our speech is energy, our thoughts are energy, our emotions are energy, our feelings, which is the language of emotions, are energy. So basically we're talking about also then money as being an energy. It's not a note, it's not a coin, it's an energy. So that's why we worship Ma Lakshmi, because she is the manifestation of money. She holds the energy of money. She represents the energy of money. In the same way, music is energy. And that's why we have, goddesses of music. We have Durga. We have so many different, the whole pantheon of Hindu mythology is based on different aspects of energy. And we've given them different manifestations as different deities, which explains to you that energy is so important that it needs to be respected and venerated, and we need to go with the flow of energy and not against it. So money is energy, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our speech. So that means even our relationships are based on energy. If a couple doesn't have the right energy in their relationship, it breaks the relationship. The way you speak shows your energy, shows your intention. So what are your relationships in the workplace? What are your relationships with your parents, with your in-laws, with your partners, with even your business has an energy, right? So in Pranic Healing, we do something called Kriya Shakti, which means we strengthen the money energy of a business, the abundance of a business, right? So what am I trying to say here? That energy is everything. Energy can be manipulated negatively and it can be ethically manipulated, which is the term I often use. Ethical manipulation of energy is what we do in something like energy therapy, EFT, Pranic Healing, Reiki, chakra healing, somatic therapy, just to name a few. Kundalini body work, where we are, we are guiding the energy to move in certain pathways so that they can manifest in a certain way to get the outcome that you're looking for. So when we clean the chakras, the lower chakras and the upper chakras, why are we doing it? We're doing it for abundance, for sensuality, for sexuality, for creativity, for connection through the heart, to release negative emotions from the solar plexus chakra, to open up the intuition through the Agnya chakra, to open up communication through the throat chakra. So there are different things we're doing. Okay? Same with EFT. Same with Tantra. So energy is something that we really, really need to safeguard. Now, if you have any questions, please click the Calendly link, book a free call with me, and let's talk about it. Now, fear is also an energy, which is why I have a course called the Freedom Flourish Formula. Sorry, it's FFF, so tongue twister. The Freedom Flourish Formula, which is my one-to-one mentoring. Why? Because the energy of fear is there in all of us. Now, we are only born with two fears, the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. We learn the fear of fire when we are born because our ancestors used fire as a defense mechanism to drive things away. Also, fire was danger. If something was on fire, we ran away. But that's also a learned fear. So the only two fears we are born with are the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling, right? Babies cry when they hear loud noises, and babies are afraid of falling. These two fears are hardwired into us. So that means our basic default mode network has fear in it. So that means there is nothing that we can do to take those fears out, because they are meant for our self-preservation. The other fears are learned fears. The fear of public speaking, the fear of being rejected, the fear of not being loved, the fear of not being successful. Those are all learned fears through our conditioning. Now, fear has an energy, which is why I'm talking to you about that. So if fear has an energy, and that energy is in you, in all your 83,000 nadis, the meridians, in all your 7 to 8 major chakras and the other minor chakras, that means what? That means you are living in the energy of fear. Now, when you're living in the energy of fear, can you attract something positive into your life? Because the energy of fear, if you look at the energy vibration scale, fear is at a very low vibration. Love, compassion, gratitude, they're at a very high vibration. Abundance is at a very high vibration. So when you have this energy of fear, you can't attract anything into your life by way of wealth, health, or relationships. Which is why I, as a life architect, created the Freedom Flourish Formula, because I understand, and through my book, the link to my book is also in the description. You should be scared. The 7 key fears that can set you free. That's the name of my book. Why have I written about it? Because when I've worked with people over the last couple of years, I've worked with more than 2,000 people one-to-one in just the last 3 years. I have learned that every single person has a fear which is either conscious or subconscious. That means you're aware of it or you're not aware of it. And when you have symptoms like stress, anxiety, anger, irritability, blocking of abundance, failed relationships, jealousy, these are all symptoms of something deeper that's going on within you. So we have to trace it back. And the only way we can trace it back is using the energy of that person. So when I work with people, I use their energy, where I trace them back through different modalities of relaxation, hypnosis, RTT. And then we come to the root. Where are you blocked? What is that subconscious fear that you're not aware of? Or some people are very self-aware. They come to me and they say, I know I have a fear of public speaking, but I don't know where it started. I know I'm not willing to be in a committed relationship because I've burnt my fingers before, because this person dumped me publicly before. So now I'm really, really scared. So then again, we work with that fear, and maybe that fear will lead us to something else that we didn't know about. So everything has its root in energy, and the energy of fear will block you from what you want to manifest. So what are some things that you can start doing to release these fears? Number one, I would encourage you to seek professional help. Whether it's a friend who's a professional, or whether it's a professional you don't know but who comes recommended, who you trust, seek professional help. Because fear is something that you really can't work with on your own, because fear blocks you. And every time you need to step out of your comfort zone, or every time you need to digest a new concept or to move into a new space, you're not equipped to really move beyond those fears. Because fear is a protection mechanism. So I would highly suggest you seek professional help. The second thing is, take some time to just relax and journal. What are my hurdles? Where do I constantly have blockages? Where do I constantly have problems with people? So take the 3 areas of your life: health, wealth, and relationships, and see what are your triggers, which are your blocks. What are your triggers in terms of what sets you off? What makes you scared? So your blocks that you may know, or the triggers that are symptoms of a deeper rooted fear. Start writing those down. Take an account of it. And thirdly, please understand and self-soothe yourself. You can self-soothe through somatic therapy, like just, rubbing your arms. You can self-soothe with rocking. You can self-soothe by saying nice things to yourself, and say to yourself that this will pass when I'm ready to let it go. I can let this go and it will pass. Because you've got to make friends with fear, where fear feels like it's safe to unravel. It is safe to expose itself to you because it trusts you. Because remember, you need to make friends with fear. You need to make it an ally, so that it's there in the background to gently warn you, but it's not sabotaging your life, and it's not causing upheaval in your life and blocking you. Because like I said, there is no state of fearlessness. There is only a state of fear and moving from fear into courage. Because we all need certain fears. We need this certain fear of failure sometimes to keep us on the straight and narrow and to nip overconfidence. We need the fear of fire, because otherwise we will just walk into one. We need the fear of falling. We need the fear of loud noises. But we don't need fears to block us. We need fears to remind us to stay on course, to act as soft warning bells, not a hard hammer on our heads. Okay? And so we need to make friends with fear. For those of you who are interested in my Freedom Flourish Formula one-to-one mentoring for 3 months, again, please book a free call with me on Calendly, and I'll be very happy to walk you through that. So I want to be doing a few videos on fear to explain that fear is the root of every single hurdle that you face in your life. And I want to help you to navigate that as we approach 2024, so that you can start working with your fears and you can start making friends with them, and eventually you can dissolve them into something that's there in the background, but it's not overtaking your life. Till I see you again in a new video, stay true to being you, because you matter. And I'm your sister in alignment and healing, the life architect, Avrril Quadros. Atma Namaste.